Hey, Jim. Yeah, it's been a little while. That's all right. I've been busy. I've been working on my workshop kitchen. I got a full-size refrigerator. I'm currently working on the plumbing around back so I can hook up the ice maker. So we'll have lots of nice ice. I've now got an exterior oversized bottle of propane, and I mean it's big. I think it's a 1,000-pound propane bottle that is now supplying my beautiful Junkyard Refugee Viking oven. So I'll be cleaning this off and starting to use this oven here real soon. I have my Mercedes-Benz hood now. I haven't quite got it plumbed. I'm still waiting for a couple parts, but I do have an exhaust fan, and I'm going to just exhaust it through the wall up here shortly. That's a front bumper lower panel off my X5. Those are doors off of my Honda Accord. Of course, the washer dryer. Thinking about putting a door in here. So anyway, it's been like a month since I've posted anything, and I've been working on my $500 Ford. I'm not going to show you what I'm doing so far, but I'll tell you I'm making a custom bed for it, and I'll have to show you when it's done. I've been filming parts of it, and then eventually I'm going to completely change the front end of this truck to make it look quite a bit different. I'm not quite sure. Today I'm going to clean this Junkyard Refugee table and chairs. Last time it was teak, this time it's metal. These things were just too cool to let them go. Look at that. We're coming to you from beautiful Greenville, South Carolina. Lovely fall day. And these chairs and the table have what I believe is the tree that appears on the state flag. I think it's called a palmetto. Here, there's even one on the license plates. So this just had to be saved. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pressure wash everything, clean it as good as I can. I'm going to coat all of the metal with some boiled linseed oil with a little turpentine in it. And then I'm going to take these seats that are all mildewy and nasty, and we're going to, look at that. I'm going to reupholster these with outdoor friendly fabric, and I might refresh the foam as well. And when it's all said and done, I think I'm going to put it right here. Nice flat area, sizable enough, underneath some nice shady trees, and right here near the shop. So that'll be a great place for that table. I had also mentioned that I had been taking a wood carving class, and I did, and we did things like we would take a piece of basswood like this and then carve it into a little woodland critter, and then there's this bad boy. It came out decent for my first carvings. Anyway, I haven't just been, sleeping in and sitting in a recliner all day. Well, while I'm waiting for my chairs to dry so I can hit them with some boiled linseed oil. Oh, these things are pretty bad. Okay, hopefully I can salvage this wood here. I don't really want to have to cut new panels, but I'm going to start by going around and pulling out all of these staples. Oh, airplane. This is probably a bit overkill, but this tool is really good for this. This is an actual upholstery staple remover from Osborne. And then I got this just at a hardware store a long time ago, but it works pretty good too for starting these staples, because most of these look like almost like T50s. You don't probably have to pull all these staples. I might not after this first effort, but At first, I'm going to try to pull all the staples. Okay, new plan here. After pulling just a few of the staples, I realized that this wood is just really rotten. There's no way I can reuse, especially two of them. This one is really dry rotted, and this one is as well. These two a little bit less, but so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to strip one of them, this one right here, and that way I can get this piece, which is one of the ones in better condition, and use it as a template. And I have to cut 4 new seat bases. Doggone it. After stripping the rest of the fabric off of this, it's really rotten. You can see the whole front edge here has pretty much just all fallen off. So I'm going to make a template out of this. I also noticed that I was able to peel off this specially shaped foam. So that means I'm going to take a razor blade and cut the fabric off the rest of these and recover this piece of shaped foam. I'll probably add a little bit of additional foam under it, but this is going to give us that nice shape for our seats. So they're not too bad. I think they're perfectly reusable. And I found a sheet of plywood down in the garage down below. Yes, there are multiple Garrett's garages. So I'm going to go cut a piece and start cutting new pieces to replace these, and then we'll start reupholstery. This is the fabric I'm going to use. This is a leftover piece. It's from a movie I worked on a long time ago called Starsky and Hutch. And this is a genuine Sunbrella fabric, and we used it on, I think, a boat or something like that. Anyway, it's umbrella fabric, so it's supposed to be okay to use outside. And I knew I would save this and someday be able to use it. And here we go. It's kind of nice looking too. So I made this pattern out of cardboard, and I used of course, the old piece of plywood, and I laid it out on the new plywood, and I ended up cutting 4 new panels that I've tried here. They all fit, and I used a skill saw for the straight lines. I used my reciprocating saw for the larger curves, and then I used my belt sander for the little tight curves at the front corners. So now we're going to, I decided after sitting on these, I don't think I'm going to add any extra foam. I think I'm just going to glue this one back down and then put on the new upholstery. All right, there we have the first one done. Looks pretty good. Easy enough to do. Let me show you. I have cut 4 pieces of my material. You can see the other 2 here, 3rd one, 4th one is already on the chair. So in order to do this nicely and have it come out looking good, like that does, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to find where center is on this material, and I'm going to be paying attention to this geometric pattern and making sure that it is lined up and square with everything on my seat. We don't want it running on an angle or anything weird if we can help it. And then once I have it centered, I'm going to take the center, basically, and I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to push down a little bit on my seat here in order to give us a little extra stretch. And then I'm going to use my staple gun. It's just a T50. Probably would be better if I had a pneumatic real upholstery staple gun. I don't know where it is. Anyway, I will find my center point here, and then I'll do the same thing back here, stretching it a little bit. Same thing on both sides, where I push it down to stretch it a little bit to find my centers. Like that. So now I'm going to go along and continue to push down to be able to give myself a little extra fabric to stretch it a little bit tighter. And I'm going to go along and staple this edge, and this edge, and this edge, and this edge, and then all the way around. And then I'll show you how to do the corners here once I'm done stapling everything up. So at the back corners, where this cutout is for the back leg, I'm going to find a nice, and it's easy to do because of this pattern on here, a nice diagonal line. I'm going to take my shears here and I'm going to cut, but I'm only going to cut right up about to this corner here in the center. And that will allow me to fold it in two directions. Okay, like that. And that will allow me to pull it tight on this face and staple it. And then I'll be able to pull it tight on this one and staple it. And then I'll cut off all this excess. Just like that. Looks pretty good. So I'm going to do that over here. And then for these front corners, what I'll do is I'll find the center, and then I'll pull the center back tight, and then I'll turn my staple gun sideways so I can put a staple in like long ways instead of crossways. And then I will do the same thing with this next piece, pull up, and eventually I'll make it'll go nicely and evenly around the corner if I just keep pulling the center. I'll probably do the center one here and then one each beside it, and that's probably going to be enough. Yeah? Yeah, got a little pucker there. Not too bad. Okay. Nice. The break room. Thanks for watching. Now I'm going to have to clean up out here and make it look a little more like I meant it. But it's as good as it's going to be. And can't wait to sit down and have a nice barbecue. Thanks for watching. A quick aside here, I was noticing that there's butterflies in the flowers, and then I noticed my beautiful bedless other Ford pickup truck, and then I noticed my Jeep body and thought,